Well, hi Leo. Welcome to Cicalia Botanicals. I'm Lena here with your December 2019 General Tarot Horoscope reading. This general reading will deal primarily with the topics of growth and wellness. If wealth does come up, which it sounds like maybe it's going to for you, we'll talk about it. But yeah, so this is really supposed to be growth about like psychic development and creative projects and entrepreneurial endeavors. So I'm going to be using my favorite deck. This is the Shadowscapes deck. I've had this for like since it first came out, I think 10 years ago. Love this deck, well loved or well worn, and been all over the world. I'm going to be using the Celtic Cross spread, pretty traditional spread for your general reading this month. Also using the Deviant Tarot deck for any clarifiers, and an Oracle deck, a Monty Tarot, I think it's called. This is Living with a Feather Heart is the name of the book. Very cool Oracle deck. I highly recommend it. I think I'm going to do a video where I review it and I'll show you all the cards and what I think about it and flip through the book. Highly recommend. Super, super neat. I'm still learning it. Still, vibing with it. So I'll probably read from the book for you on that one when we get to it. But first, I want to highlight some energies this month in December 2019 for everybody. On December 2nd, we have Jupiter going into Capricorn, and it's going to be there for just over a year. And this is transformational energy right now that we're going through. And you're going to find yourself probably being very, very busy this year, but in a good way. It's not going to be the busy work that we can find ourselves in, not doing stuff to feel like we're busy and productive, but actually being productive. Doing the focus work that gets us to where we are wanting to go. To being realistic about our goals and what we can achieve and focusing on those things and not building castles in the sky and hoping and daydreaming that that's going to happen for us and doing all these things that, we think are going to eventually get us there. And they maybe will. We're going to, no, actually, I'm going to get here first since I'm already here, right? And then I'll worry about there. And I know I can do all this stuff, so I'm going to do that stuff, and you're going to feel really good instead of doing all this stuff, but then still being down here and dreaming of being up here. So I think for a lot of us, we are going to see some major improvements in our life, at least in the professional sector. For those of you, Leo, you have some, fiery energy, so you may find some of your fiery temperament that calm down a little bit, and I think that's going to be a good thing. I think it's going to help you focus in the way that you really need to and secretly want to. I have the next date, December 12th. That's going to be the full moon in Gemini. This can be a distracting moon for a lot of signs. I think actually for you guys, you're going to do quite all right with this. You might shine during this moon. You're going to feel like, oh, this is what I need to be doing. And it's going to be a good feeling. And if it doesn't happen on that full moon, don't worry. You'll feel by the end of the month, by the new moon. On December 20th, we have Venus moving into Aquarius. People might be feeling a little bit more adventurous about their love life, telling someone how they really feel, doing fun things with their partner, taking, romantic risks in a good way. It could also have to do with things that you're passionate about, or even beauty. So Leo, you might find yourself, buying some more adventurous clothing or dyeing your hair something a little bit more adventurous than you're typically used to. On December 21st, we have the winter solstice. You're going to be vibing and connecting more with the people that you are already connected to. That's going to be wonderful. It's going to feel good. Good for the heart. Good holiday season coming up, I think, for most of us. So that's wonderful. It's always what you want to hear, I think. And then we have December 26th, a day I am really excited for. We have the new moon in Capricorn. I personally find that the new moon is the one I'm more strongly connected to, and the one where my energy work and magical work have this a stronger effect, or a more profound effect, a more sudden or apparent effect. So I'm really excited to do this one, as it's right at the end of the year. It's some serious manifestation energy, and it's really focused on our professions, on our finances. I mean, Capricorns think a lot about money and a lot about work and a lot about what they need to be doing and a lot about being productive. So we're all probably going to be having this on our minds more than we typically do. And we can use this to our benefit. We can take this day to meditate and to do any spell work we want to do, to make lists and goals, to prioritize our goals, our projects that we have, kind of tie up all of our loose ends from this past year, decide what no longer needs to be focused on, unfinished projects that don't actually need to be finished, stop thinking about it, stop worrying about it, get on to the next thing. It's going to feel good, it's going to feel refreshing, and that next day, December 27th, is where we can really start putting in that work to manifest, and we'll really start manifesting. And for those next 2 weeks, we can allow the energies of the universe to push us a little bit more with it. Things might seem a little bit more effortless than we're used to. So enjoy that ride. It's going to be nice, and you're going to see this theme over the next year as well. So if you're more professionally minded or entrepreneurial minded, some good times coming up for you, Leo. So for your reading here today, your general theme I act respectfully of others. Okay, so that's interesting. We'll see how that plays out. We'll read it from the book and take a look at your actual reading and how that plays along with all of the cards. So where you are personally standing, I have you at the Six of Cups. So really fun and playful energy, a nostalgic energy. What is crossing you right now is the Magician. Manipulating things to you're finding your own power. Something is holding you back there. Making things happen the way you want them to happen isn't really happening yet. Right behind you, Leo, in your recent past, the King of Swords. That is your opposite sign. Me, Aquarius, I'm your opposite sign. So we have some interesting likenesses and polarities. I have right ahead of you, the short-term future, the Nine of Swords, so more swords energy. What is consuming your thoughts other than the Nine of Swords in the near future? We'll take a look at that. Consuming Leo. So the High Priestess. We have the High Priestess and the King of Swords. So some authority figures in your life. Some spiritual thoughts. And in your subconscious, in your emotions. The Emperor. Oh, some authority stuff for sure. Okay. Advice for you, Leo, for the month of December. The Tower. Let things fall. Let them fall. If they're going to fall, let them fall. Okay? It's quite a card to have in the advice position, I have to say. That's my least favorite card. That card scares the shit out of me to have in my own readings. I won't lie. We'll ask for some clarifications on that, but in the advice position, it's not in the outcome position, it's in the advice position. So, oh, okay. Okay. And I see the magician crossing some authority things. Okay. You're trying to manipulate something that is going your way anyways. All right, I already see that without reading the rest. So, stop it. Take a moment to reflect and allow your intuition to guide you. Get in touch with your intuition. And what is falling apart? The Tower is always what is coming down. It may be tough, but it's coming down because it's supposed to, because it was never really based in a foundation authentic to you in the first place. And in order to build that foundation that is authentic to you, you have to get rid of this and start anew. And that can apply to many areas of your life. All right, you probably know, listening to this, exactly what area that applies to. So in your external environment, the Five of Cups, I have to say, so I've started off these readings, I really don't want to focus on relationships, and a lot of the signs, I've had a lot of relationship energy come up. I mean, this can be a parting of a job, like a job that you didn't want to lose. Hopes and fears for Leo. King of Cups, emotional fulfillment. That could even be an actual person. And final outcome. Ooh, the moon. All right, we're going to get clarification on that moon for sure. That's the first thing we're going to ask about. The moon. I love the moon. She is, if you see in this card here, the fairy ring there. Fairy, I love fairies too. But fairies can be mischievous. They don't really play by the same rules of good and bad as we do. Like, there are no evil fairies. There are no angel fairies either. Like, the moon energy, even when we think, when we see the full moon, we're actually only seeing half the moon. So the full moon is only half the moon, right? So there's always a part of the moon that we don't know about, that we're not seeing. So moon energy, though, is very strong feminine energy, divine energy, and for me personally, a spiritual energy, a deity energy, a beautiful, profound energy. It speaks highly to me. So that card can play out in a number of ways. And that card, it depends a lot on what else is going on here. We do have several significant major arcana cards. We have two kings as well, King of Swords and a King of Cups. So we have the King of Swords, which is very logical, practical, authoritative figure, authoritative, usually man, doesn't have to be though. It can be a father figure, it can be even a husband or a boss or a spouse. I shouldn't necessarily say husband, I should say spouse. So looking at this moon energy, clarification for Leo on the moon energy, we have 10 of Wands, a burden you can bear, a lot on your shoulders. So this Nine of Swords I want to clarify too, a lot of worrying about the future here. But we have the Hierophant, another authoritative figure. I mean, we've got the King of Swords, the Magician, the Emperor, the Hierophant. Two kings, the King of Cups. So there's some strong male energy going on this month with Leos that are affecting you. I do see the High Priestess. She plays more of, she is more, I don't want to say advanced, that sounds wrong, but progressed than the Magician, where like the Magician's energy can be sometimes more sleight of hand or more manipulative. The High Priestess's energy can come from more of a spiritual place, a more experienced and wise space. So you are crossed by the Magician, but thinking about the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is more guided by spirit. So I think you even know and are thinking a lot about what you need to be doing. Like, you know what you need to be doing and where you want to be going. And I see, okay, so this is another clarifying card for the outcome, the Nine of Cups, you getting your wish. Okay, so this is actually pretty neat. So Six of Cups, so you are sitting here. Okay, I see you, Leo, sitting here with a lot of ideas, a lot of dreams, like a lot of like inspiration. All right, so this is what's going to be really good for you with this Jupiter and Capricorn energy is you're going to have this start to fizzle down to what makes sense for you, what's applicable to you, and what you will be successful with. And those resources will come to you even if in the short term you might be really worried about it. It's going to come to you from more of a traditional place or an authoritative place. I can see, honestly, like maybe getting a loan or applying for a loan. I think if you're, I want some clarification on the advice on the Tower. The Eight of Wands. Okay, so whatever's coming down is coming down really fast. It'll be over before you know it, and don't freak out by me saying that right now. It's okay, it's supposed to happen. And some clarification on that Five of Cups. We also have the Six of Cups again. So you have a daydream, kind of like a la-la daydream, and there's aspects of it that are just not practical. They are just not yours. They are the old you. Okay? You need to let go of that old you, let go of those old dreams that actually aren't serving you, that actually won't make you happy, and come to the bigger picture, okay? That's where you're being crossed. You're thinking too small, all right? You need to think bigger and with deeper meaning and a higher purpose, all right? Be motivated by the higher purpose, not just the monetary, not just the attention, all right? We need to look at letting that petty, or it doesn't have to be petty, but letting that the more insignificant things, the things that won't have a lasting result on your happiness in life, on your family's life, go. And embracing this fulfilling, emotionally fulfilling thing or place or person, all right? And then your final outcome, I have 3 cards for you that are fitting, I think, very much. Very interesting. So you're not going to get the whole picture of what's going on and how this is all going to unfold. Like, you're very much at the beginning steps of it, and when this all comes through to the end, like maybe more like a year from now, I see, you'll be surprised by it, and you're like, I didn't realize that that's where I was going. There are some steps that are going to need to happen that are going to feel maybe overwhelming or exhausting. However, you have everything you need to do to be able to do it. You've got this. You're golden. And the Nine of Cups, that is the wish fulfillment card. So your dreams are coming true and not far away from now either. You have the advice, Eight of Wands, things are happening fast. It's coming to you fast. And some things are going to topple because they have to in order for that to happen. So taking a look at your theme of I act respectfully of others, from the book for the Oracle deck, the perennial golden rule of doing unto others as you'd have done unto you has withstood the test of time as a simple reminder to treat others as you'd like to be treated. Respect is the operative word for this golden wisdom. It is through the admiration of another as a reflection of self that we are reminded to embody and encode this conduct into our consciousness. Excuse me. As our own moral code. The samurai of medieval Japan lived by an unwritten code of conduct and morals known as Bushido. The 6 virtues of this code were courage, benevolence, politeness, loyalty, self-control, and honor. Honorably respecting and appreciating all of life was of the utmost importance to these warriors of days gone by. You are the master and commander of your mind, and how you choose to conduct yourself is either as a beacon of benevolence or a mirror of malevolence. When we remember to reflect light and remain enveloped in loyalty to the great esteems of virtue, we merge the heart with the mind and can find beauty in every walk of life as we travel through life courageously. Quell the fires of ego when met with perceived disrespect. Perceived disrespect, okay? Not all seek to advance on the path of embodiment. Not all have awakened to similar desires. Judge not, love more, and let those who are sleeping dream. Remember to live lucidly within your own conscious imagination, flowing, not fighting. Manners are a habit, the outward bearing of a person, but also a style of art or literature. When our outward bearing is that of respect, the art of our life is in what we create and cultivate by the lives and moments we touch. We are living tessellation, a perfected pattern within the puzzle of perception. With our conduct acting as a conduit of the golden rule applied, living this ideal allows us to pass pure positive energy to all we encounter and perennially leave a lasting impression. So this respect I see playing out a great deal in all of these authority figures popping up for you this month. Handle any and all of these issues with the utmost respect and care, so that you know that if whatever is coming apart is because it's supposed to and not because of any sort of reaction on your part. That will also help quell any worries that you might be having now or in the near future, and allow your dreams coming true, your dream work to manifest. So the end of this month is looking really stellar for you, Leo. I'm really excited for you. I'd love to hear what is happening in your lives, so feel free to let me know how this is all worked out for you. Later in the month, I'm going to be doing the 2020 forecast. We're about to start a new decade, which is crazy. So I would love for you to join me. But in the meantime, I wish you beautiful health, abundant wealth, and so much happiness. Blessed be. Thank you for joining me.